Hey, hi.
Hello, Rohit sir. Good evening.
Hey, hi. Good evening. Hi, Naidu
Hi.
sir. Good evening.
Rohit sir, we will wait for 5 more minutes. We have Remit Surgeon with us today. We are expecting
Okay.
two more students to join with us. Let's wait for 5 more minutes and then we can proceed.
Sure. No problem.
Thank you. Hi, Vishnu. Good evening. Yes, Rohit sir. I think we can proceed. The others, if they'll join us in maybe 5-10 minutes. But we can start. Uh, so yeah. Yeah, guys.
Yeah.
Good evening. So we have Rohit sir with us today. He is an LA certified professional with 11 plus years of experience in information security management, enterprise security, cyber security, business continuity, and security governance. He has led multiple teams in designing and implementing security programs, security engineering and operations, compliance management, internal and external audits for various organizations in banking, finance, investments, government, retail, FMCG, IT, Fortune 500 companies, smart cities located across globe. He is proficient in interfacing with top management for evolving strategic vision, driving change, infusing new ideas for enhancing existing security performance, and finalizing the architectures of smart city network, servers, application, and cloud environment. His expertise in information security awareness programs, information security risk assessments, implementation and design of OT and security systems for corporate data center, global infrastructure, and new initiatives. Welcome, Rohit sir, for the session today, and we are expecting you have a great time with us.
Sure. Sure. Thank you. Thanks for that introduction. So, is Ramit and Vishnu on the call? Can I see them saying hi? I see they're mute. Vishnu?
Remit and Vishnu, if you can please unmute yourselves.
Yeah. Vishnu, you're there?
Yeah, ma'am. Hi, sir. Ramit here.
Hey. Hi, Ramit. Vishnu, you're there? Okay. No problem. Maybe Vishnu is listening. So, thing is, hi everyone. Good evening. I'm Rohit Ponapalli. Uh,
You got the room?
this room?
Yes.
Okay, just give me 5 minutes. Guys, just give me 1 second. I'm sorry. Just give me 1 second.
Okay, sir, sure.
Hey, sorry guys. Sorry. Like I was introduced, I have almost 12 years of experience in information security. I started my career as information security manager in TCS. Then I moved to corporate information security manager in Mumbai location in TCS. I worked with TCSO and vice presidents of TCS for almost 5 years, handling the global information security of TCS. Then I moved to PwC, wherein I was supporting many government clients in establishing policies, procedures in securing our information in the government, in the government sector, people's information. And I mean, that is in the form of building smart cities, building good security monitoring capabilities for government, having internal audits done for each and every department. So I was leading a team of almost 10 to 15 people in PwC, supporting government and the private sector, establishing policies, governance, monitoring capabilities, audits, and everything for our clients in PwC. Right now, I'm a manager in security engineering for Invesco, wherein I'm handling a team of 25 people across the globe, ensuring security controls are implemented for the organization. So teaching is a passion for me. I learned everything that I know right now as a fresher through various conferences, through various meetings with people outside, inside the organizations, working with. I mean, we never had Google, we never had YouTube to learn all these things, right? I mean, it was pure passion to learn information security. Now I want to leverage whatever experience I have to the freshers in ensuring they are future information security professionals. Okay, so as I said, information security is a very good demand. I'm not sure, Remit and Vishnu, I'm not sure of your background. I'm assuming you are students interested in information security field. So let me tell you, information security has a good career scope within India and outside India also. So I have a global team. I do global recruitments for my organization. So I know very well how exactly the secure demand for information security professionals is. And it's always booming. Even during COVID time, this was one field wherein people got the highest packages during recession time and during COVID time also. So information security as a subject and as a career choice, it's a very good choice. And you'll have good growth career-wise and financial-wise. Okay. So coming back to information security as a subject. Okay. See, we talk about information security, information security. So let's understand what exactly we do in information security. See, the name states information security is about securing information, right? And simple understanding of information security. But so what exactly is information? So why are we securing it is the question that we need to answer. So information, if you look at the definition in Google it, you Google it and you see anywhere, information is an asset. Okay, let me share my screen and see. Can I get presentation permissions, please?
Yeah. Yes. Yes, sir. It's done.
Yeah, got it. Yeah. So, so, so when we talk about information security, sorry, information is an asset. Okay, the reason why we call it as information as asset If you look at the definition of information as an asset, see, information is very critical for any organization. So when I keep on saying information, what exactly is information? So information can be your financial reports. Information can be your source code. See, we're all developers, right? In our BTech, so in BTech or BSc or whatever we are doing, we at the end of the day, when we land in IT jobs, we work on developing multiple applications. So source code is an information, and proprietary code, research and finance data, research and research and analytics data, or company profits, companies financial situation, company shareholders data, companies employees data, companies investors data, companies customers data. So any data that is very critical for organization is called information, and that is an asset for organization. So when we say an asset, see, if you look at the normal terminology, let's assume you have a piece of land. Let's assume you have 1 acre of land. So you call that 1 acre land as an asset, right? Because it has a value. And if somebody hijacks that land, you're gonna lose some value out of that, because let's assume you purchased for 1 lakh, you're gonna lose that 1 lakh because somebody hijacked your land. Or maybe in future, the value for land goes up, and all of a sudden that 1 lakh becomes 10 lakhs. So it is generating revenue. So similarly, information that generates revenue to organization, either it is generating revenue to organization or it is creating an impact if that information is in wrong hands. So that is the reason we need to ensure the information is properly secure. Okay. Any doubts, Vishnu and Ramit? Any doubts so far?
None, sir.
Okay, good. So that is the reason information is critical and we need to secure information. But now the question is, where exactly information lies? See, every organization is a vast organization. So imagine TCS as an organization, it has 4 lakh people, and 4 lakh people work on multiple departments, multiple accounts, multiple clients. And where exactly this information lies? So information can be at multiple levels. The information can be in your mail, the information can be in your laptop, information can be in a server, information can be in a piece of SQL server, or it can be in a piece of Excel sheet. It can be, it is stored in backup tapes. It is stored maybe in the logs. It is stored as a log in some network device or some server. So information is spread across various devices, across multiple regions. So if you look at MNCs, they're spread across globe. They have presence in every country. So you have information spreading across regions. You have information spreading across devices. You have information spreading across organizations also. Let's assume TCS has multiple vendors. See, I'm taking TCS as an example because most people know TCS as a company. So TCS has multiple vendors. So the information can be within TCS or with vendors or with clients. So it is impossible for us to secure information. I mean, you can't ask people to stop using information because it is critical, right? See, it's not gold. You can't lock it in a locker. See, you can't lock it in a locker and say that my gold is safe and secure. That maybe it works for gold, but doesn't work for information. Information has to be shared between multiple people for processing it, for making use of information, and then ensuring we make revenue out of that information. See, source code, you can't lock it in a locker, right? What is the point in locking it in locker if you don't use it for developing a product? Then if you don't use a product for selling it properly in the market, you don't get revenue out of it. And every time you use source code to make developments, further improvements for new versions of the application, major improvements. So that is what we use for source code. And if we don't use source code properly, we are not making revenue out of it. So you can't lock it in a locker like we do it in gold. Okay. So that is the reason information is impossible to secure because it is spread across multiple regions, multiple devices. So how do we ensure we have security controls in place for our information? Okay, so information security follows a typical layered security. So what do you mean by layer? Every control is split into multiple layers. So if you see the diagram here, the core the core asset for organization is data, and that is the center layer. If you look at that, then you have user security, then you have endpoint security, then you have application security, then you have network perimeter and security governance. So there must be security controls implemented at various layers of organization, so that even if one layer is failing, you have another layer to secure information. Okay, so I'll take a pause here. So let me understand from Vishnu or from anybody in the call to understand what exactly is a perimeter security. What do you mean by perimeter? You must be knowing the basic definition of perimeter, right? Ramit, Vishnu?
So it's basically a boundary.
Yeah, basically it's a boundary. So every organization has a boundary. It can be a physical boundary, a compound wall, or it can be a logical boundary, a network perimeter. Okay, so you need to ensure none of the hackers or any malware is entering into your premises. Okay, so you ensure you implement necessary controls in the perimeter so that you filter all unwanted traffic coming into organization. So that is the first control. And then you have network security. So network security controls, the funda is simple. Even if perimeter is failing, we have necessary controls at the network layer, so the hacker will not move from one machine to other machine, or from one department to other department, or from one location to other location. So that is a control we need to have even if perimeter is failing. Third one is application. So let's assume perimeter failed, network failed, and you have application. So most of the people or hackers, they don't target your laptop. It's useless for them. What data will be in your laptop other than Excel sheets or some piece of code? It is useless for them. They target applications. Applications has major data in their databases, and if I want to create a major impact to organization, I will focus on applications and ensure that I steal all the data that is there in application, or I shut down the application so that it will create revenue loss to organization. That's what hackers think of. The only objective for hackers, or we call it as adversaries, the only objective is to create some nuisance or create some impact within the organization. And you must be seeing this in most of the news and all, wherein a particular organization's data got leaked and it got posted in some open website, or all the usernames and passwords of the employees got stolen and kept in some website. And even people say, right, others data got stolen and they are in a public website. So why people make such news? I mean, why people do that is to create a damage to the organizations. So we need to have necessary controls at application layer. And the next one is endpoint. So majorly the attacks on endpoints, when I say endpoint, it's your laptop, it's your desktop, it's your servers, or it's your mobile phone, which is being used for office usage. So there would be multiple attacks on endpoints to shut down people accessing the network. Okay, I can create a malware which will encrypt the whole laptop, or I can create a malware which will not let you log into the machine or log into your machine, or I can create a malware to send any data that is in your laptop to external parties. So there are multiple attacks. So there has to be different controls at endpoint. And then user security. How do I compromise users? How do I steal their usernames and passwords? If I am a normal user, I should not be having administrator privilege. So how do I steal administrator privilege? And from security perspective, how do I ensure a normal user is not logging as administrator? So those are the controls we need to take to user security. The core layer is data security. And here we ensure even if all the security controls are compromised, the data is not going out of the organization. So we need to have necessary controls to prevent data going out of organization. So data can go out from the laptop, the data can go out from network, the data can go out from through printers. Maybe I take a printout of it and data is going out, or I copy a data from laptop to my USB device. The data is going out of my machine, or I'm uploading some data in a website. So data is going out. See, once the data is out of the organization, there is no control, right? I mean, it's impossible. Say somebody, an Indian company, got compromised by a South Africa hacker. We police will not have any jurisdiction in South Africa, right? India police. So if once data is gone, it's gone. We will not have any control, or we'll have no clue how the hackers will use the data. So that is the reason we need to ensure all the controls are in place to have one objective. The data is not in wrong hands. Okay. So I'll take a pause here and see if there are any questions on this particular slide. Have you understood the concept of layer security?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So
sir.
this is one slide I start because people think information security is simple and all that, but it's not simple. It's vast. It's simple. Yes, it is definitely simple. It's just common sense. But at the end of the day, it's a very vast subject spread across multiple departments, multiple vendors, multiple stakeholders, and multiple security controls. The whole funda is, even if one is failing, the other security control should be in place to have that protection for the data. Okay. Let me cover one more slide and we'll take a pause there. So when we say information security, we tend to protect three parameters of information security. I would call it as attributes: confidentiality, integrity, and availability. It's called CIA. So when we are implementing information security, when we are implementing security for information, we need to ensure we implement controls for these three attributes of information. Okay. First thing is confidentiality. Any guesses on these are all basic terminologies. So confidentiality is the information should be available only to authorized people, not for any other persons within the organization. So that is confidentiality. Information should be accessible only to authorized people, but not to unauthorized people, and should be should not be disclosed or should not be exposed without proper permissions. Okay. So simple example, imagine your house. Okay. So when you lock your house, you will have a spare key, right? You have one major master key and you have a spare key. So the master key will be mostly with the persons who are frequently going out, and the spare key would be maybe, let's say, with mother or with some kids, right? Do we give our house key to anybody outside our house, family members?
No, sir.
Why? Because they are not authorized to be having access to our house. We don't give the keys even to maid, right? Because we never know what they'll do once we are out of our house. That is the reason we don't give keys outside any of our family members. That is confidentiality. You are not giving access to the information to unauthorized people. If you give access, we never know what they'll do. Okay, so that is confidentiality. So the best example is, I'm not sure how many people implemented this. When you create a confidential file, you have a password in place, right? You create a password, and when a file is being transferred, you share all the password only to the necessary people, not everybody. So that is confidentiality. You are ensuring only people with knowing that password will be able to access that file. The second one is encryption. Encryption is also part of confidentiality. Only people who has the secret key to decrypt it will be able to see the data. Second one is integrity. So integrity, okay, I'll give you a simple example. Let's assume I'm sending an email to Naidu sir. Okay, I'm just saying capital letter H, small letter I. Okay, I'm sending the email as hi to Naidu sir. Okay, now if Naidu sir is receiving a mail with capital H and capital I, okay, so the sounding is same, right? The sounding is simple, hi. But what happened here? When I send an email,
So this one
yeah,
is the letters are different, no, sir. Like uppercase and lowercase. So definitely the
exactly.
message that will
So
pass
message
to be
got changed. Message got changed. When I send the email, it was capital H and small I. The sounding is high. And when it went to Naidu sir, it was capital H and capital I. So somebody in between my email server to Naidu sir email server, somebody intercepted the traffic and modified the information. So integrity is all about ensuring the accuracy of the information. So ensuring 100% accuracy. If I'm having 10,000 records of Excel sheet, I the there should not be any changes to the data without proper authorization. So that is called integrity. Without any proper approvals, whether it is authorized people or unauthorized people, it can be anybody. Without proper approvals, there should not be any modifications to information. So that is called integrity. Okay. Availability is the information should be available as and when required. Okay. Availability is simple. So imagine you have your results portal, okay, JNDU results portal or some competitive exams results portal. Okay. So government announced we are releasing alerts. I mean results right today, and everybody will log into the portal and be ready by 10 o'clock to access their results. But imagine a scenario: the application is down from 10 o'clock till 11 o'clock. For 1 hour, people are waiting desperately to see their results. It is down for 1 hour. So information is not available as and when it is required. So it's going to create chaos. In simple terms, in organizations, it's going to create a lot of revenue loss if a critical application is not available. Suppose example, take any company which is into trading, shares, trading, mutual funds. And if the application is down even for 2 minutes, it's going to create almost crores of loss to organizations because people were unable to make buy shares or trade the shares, or they were unable to buy mutual funds. So that is the reason that's a huge loss to organization. In the example I gave with respect to results, it's a huge embarrassment for the government, and I mean, political parties will take in a different way and all that. So it's a big reputation damage to the education department. So that is the reason information should be available as and when required, because if it is not available at right point of time, it's going to create a lot of loss to the organization. Okay. So CIA, any control that we implement. So the best example, the best control for availability is backup tapes. See, we do backup of our WhatsApp chats or all our documents, Gmail, photos, and all that, right? Why do we do it? Why not just ignore WhatsApp backup? Because we never know what chat or what information or what critical information we have in those chats, which might be useful some other time. So that's the reason we back up our chats. At the same time, all our documents. So the moment if somebody asks for it, I go to my Google Drive, download the document and share it to the people. So information is available as and when I require. If I don't have the document handy, I might have to waste 1 day of time, search for the emails or go to my house or go and download it. It's going to create some some inconvenience in day-to-day activities. So that's the reason we do a backup. Okay. So availability is as important as confidentiality and integrity. Any doubts in this? Any clarifications?
no, sir.
So CIA, maybe we can discuss further when we start the actual sessions. So CIA is a very vast, I mean, it's not vast, it's a basic funda. Any control we implement, whether it is on cloud, whether it is on physical security, whether it is, let's say, network, data, anything, we need to ensure we have proper controls in place for confidentiality, integrity, and availability of the information. Okay. So since we are talking about students, and since we are talking about information security, I just want to keep this slide to tell you. Can you guys see my screen, or you see your chat also?
We can see the screen, sir.
Okay, you can see the screen, right? Yeah. So So cybersecurity career path. Okay, since I spoke about good demand for information security and jobs and all. See, when you start your career as a fresher, you're gonna be at these layers. One, you're gonna be as an analyst, wherein you keep monitoring various security attacks in the organization and tend to validate the impact and come up with some. You'll start discussing on what to do, what not to do to prevent those attacks. Okay. Network security analyst is all about ensuring proper security controls are in place for network. So you join as a fresher as a network security analyst, or you'll join as a cyber security analyst either to prevent the attacks or monitor the attacks. Risk analyst. So the based on the controls you have, you tend to start understanding whether we have any impact or whether is there any possibility for the hacker to come inside or damage our organization's data. So you are looking at the cyber security risk analyst. And then the fun part is the SOC analyst. SOC analysts are the people who tend to monitor the attacks and they start doing investigations. So you will do the investigation, you tend to reach out to people, you tend to understand what exactly is the malware, how exactly it is creating damage to organization, and then you start understanding how to how to control the attack or how to stop it and how to ensure this similar attacks will not happen in the organization, and you keep monitoring various devices. So it's a fun, believe me, as a fresher, if you are in a SOC analyst, you're going to learn a lot about information security from investigations perspective. Okay, so this is where your entry jobs are, and then you become mid senior positions, senior positions, and you become leaders. So the goal for any information security professional is to become an architect, security architect, or security strategist. I mean, security consultant, if I say so. Then CISO, Chief Information Security Officer, or Chief Information Officer. This is the end goal for our career path. And these are the certifications. If you look at the basic pay, $40,000 to $75,000 is the basic pay for a fresher. And I think we have less time. So this is what I want to share in this demo. So any doubts or any concerns?
Oh, no, sir.
Okay. Fine. So you know where to reach out to me if you have any clarifications. You can find my name in the LinkedIn, and let me know if you have any queries either on the subject or on the career path.
Sure,
Okay.
sir. You can even send your email, sir.
Sure. I'll ping you. Anything else?
No,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes. Thank you, Rohit, sir. Thank you for